All right. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Magoon Squad show. Today, we got Mr. Parker back on the show. Parker,
Is
want
that
to say
is
what's
that my
up?
cue?
That's your
My
cue, buddy. Gotta
Hi,
get in
it's
there.
me. I'm back on the show. Hi guys.
Oh, dude. So great to have him back. He's going to give us his UEFA Champions League picks because, as we all know, Parker is all football and no brains because, as you say, Parker,
Football is life, but
football
football
is
is also
life.
death.
But football is also death. But it's also life. But why it's
It's
death,
also life.
it can also be beautiful because football is life. Anyway,
Yes.
anyway, Parker, are we ready to dive into your picks here? Are we ready to get at it? Get after it?
No.
No? Well, it's too late. Here we go.
Oh. Oh.
As
Okay.
you see in the pictures here, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of run this real quick out for you guys. We got Real Madrid on the top left there, Man City on the top right, Bayern Munich bottom left, PSG bottom right. Of course, we have Real Madrid playing Dortmund, Salzburg, Liverpool, Milan, Atalanta, Brest, Stuttgart, and Lille. Parker, let's go ahead and dive into Real Madrid. Do they win the home game against Dortmund?
I think Real Madrid loses every game.
I
Next
couldn't
question.
agree. I couldn't agree more. Truly.
um, does Real Madrid lose the game to Dortmund? I don't see in any world where that occurs.
Well, what about the rest of their schedule here? What about Liverpool, Milan, Atalanta, Brest, Stuttgart, Lille, Salzburg? Any of those lose, or do you think they just win all of them?
I give them a draw against Liverpool, and
Funny
then
enough,
they win
I
the
did
rest.
too. I actually
Oh,
gave
you
him a
did you?
draw against. Yeah, I gave him a draw against Liverpool as well, just because it is being played at Liverpool. That was literally the only reason I gave it to them, like
Well, it's a
that.
good thing I cheated off your homework.
Well, we love that.
Oh, I forgot to. I was supposed to change some of the answers so the teacher didn't know.
No, it's okay. They won't know. They're not.
Okay, okay.
I'm not saying that they're not that smart, but I'm just gonna say that it's not that big of a deal. So if they get
Okay.
all mad about that, that's on them. But
Also, you
anyway,
stole my homework.
well, of course I stole your homework. I had to. I mean, if you're gonna fail, I'm gonna fail too. Go down together. Moving on. We got Man City. Of course, you see here they got Inter and Feyenoord at home. Sparta Prague and Club at home as well. You got
Club
PSG
what?
on Club. I'm just kidding. Club Burge, right? Something like
Brugge.
that. Anyway, sorry.
I
Gotta give
like
you.
I like the name that you gave them instead.
I do
That's
too, and I think I'm gonna rock with that. You got anyway. Juve, Bratislava on the road, as well as PSG Sporting. But you have Inter, Feyenoord, Club Brugge, and Sparta Prague at home. Parker, do you see Man City losing a single game? I think on mine I had them losing to PSG on the road. Honestly, just at PSG.
hmm. I will give Man City a loss to Juventus and nothing else.
Dang, you got Juve instead of PSG, huh?
Yes.
And you're not saying that
See.
as a Juve fan, right?
No, I'm not a Juventus fan.
He's a Juventus fan. Don't listen to him.
Since when?
Since right now, when I told all the viewers out there that you, no, I'm just kidding. All right, moving on to the sidekicks of the Bundesliga, to the
Oof.
unfortunate and unwanted team, Bayern Munich. You have PSG at
Oof.
home, Dinamo at home, Feyenoord, Barcelona on the road, Benfica at home, Bratislava at home, Shakhtar and Aston Villa on the road. Parker, what do we got for the third place princesses here?
I feel like you're not a big fan of Bayern Munich. I don't know what's giving it away, but
It's not because I'm a Dortmund fan or anything, but setting aside my differences with Bayern Munich, as a unbiased and un not Dortmund fan, what do you see
Hmm.
for Bayern Munich?
I see them losing to Barcelona, drawing with Aston Villa, winning the rest.
Wow, you got a draw with Aston Villa, huh?
Hmm.
They're Aston to get Villa'd. Uh, so they go. I think I had them going. I had them going 6-1-1 as well. I don't remember who I had them drawing to, but I know I had them losing to Barcelona. I think I had them drawing against PSG because I thought PSG and them would just be a high scoring 3-3, 2-2 kind of game, and it would be one of those like late equalizer kind of goals that kind of put them into a draw. But moving on, we got the infamous and famous greatest team in the Farmers League, PSG, or sorry, the McDonald's League, or no, it's the Uber Eats League, right? The Uber Eats League.
It's
Um,
close enough to McDonald's. It's a food league after
yeah,
all.
the Farmers League and PSG. You got Man City at home, PSV at home, Bayern on the road, Salzburg on the road, Atletico Madrid at home, Girona at home, Arsenal on the road, and Stuttgart on the road. What do we got for PSG here? I think I had them going 6-1-1 as well. So curious to get your take.
Um, yeah, I'm not gonna be as nice to them
You don't like
as you may
Farmers
have
League?
been. Uh, no, I think
We get the red out.
oh, you getting the red out?
Lose to Man City and Arsenal. I already know that. Lose to
And
Bayern
then
Munich.
yeah, I said that Bayern beat them.
Yeah.
I'll say they draw against Atletico, and then they win against PSV, Salzburg, Girona, Stuttgart.
So everything on the
And
bottom.
even still, I don't know. I just don't feel. I feel like PSG will start going downhill. Now I could be very wrong,
You were very
but that's
wrong, but that's okay.
that's okay.
So right now, all in all, looking at this graph here that you guys can see on the screen, for the people listening, I'll go ahead and just reiterate what's on the screen. Real Madrid with a 7-1-0 record, drawing to Liverpool, winning the rest of their matches. Man City, same way, just losing to Juventus and not drawing, so 7-0-1. Bayern Munich 6-1-1 with Barcelona as a loss. Aston Villa on the road as a draw, and then finally PSG in this kind of four bracket here at 5-1-3 with the loss to Man City, Bayern Munich, Arsenal, draw against Atletico Madrid, and winning against PSV, Salzburg, Girona, and Stuttgart. So moving on to another fun group here, and definitely does not have one of the host favorite team on here, but let's go ahead and start out with Liverpool. Parker, you see here, we got Real Madrid at home, Lille at home, Leipzig, PSV on the road, Leverkusen, and Bologna, as you want me to call it, instead of Bologna, as I put a little.
Baloney,
Okay, we'll call it Bologna just for the hell of it.
baloney.
Bologna at home, Milan and Girona on the road. What do we got for Liverpool here? You see a lot of cool things with Liverpool. A lot of age. A lot of differences on the age. You got Virgil van Dijk and Mohamed Salah at like 30, and then Darwin Nunez and Luis Diaz at like 20. So a little different. But do you think they take care of business, or what do you got here?
Yeah, and I mean, you'd mentioned on this page, the host favorite team. I never knew you were a big Liverpool fan, but good for you, man. I'm happy for
Wait, you say
you.
Liverpool?
Yeah, that's what we're talking
Liver
about, yeah.
Liverpool? You meant Liverpool?
Liver who?
Liver who?
Um, Let me think here for Mr. Liverpool.
Mr. Liverpool, yeah.
Him, Mr.
Wasn't he even in a
Liverpool.
movie with Wolverine or no? Oh, that was the other pool.
Oh,
Never
that
mind.
that
Never
was
mind. That was the
that
other
was
pool.
that was Jake Poole,
That yeah, okay,
the
yes.
the
Yes.
YouTube guy.
Yep. That's right.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
you did
easily
have him
misunderstood.
losing to Real Madrid, so I'm going to go ahead and highlight
I
that in
had them
red.
drawing with
Oh,
Real
that's right.
Madrid.
That's right. Correct. You corrected me
Mhm,
there.
mhm, mhm.
So do they win the rest then? It doesn't look too difficult. I mean, honestly, I had Liverpool going 5-2-1 with 5
I'll
wins, 2 draws, and 1 loss. I think I had them losing to Milan, or maybe
uh-huh.
Leverkusen. I think it was Leverkusen or Milan.
Well, I was gonna give them 6 wins and 2 draws. I was gonna say their other draw was to Leverkusen, and then I was saying they win the rest.
I think the reason I had them drawing or losing to Leverkusen is because Leverkusen has been that team, or sorry, Leverkusen has been that team to find that late equalizing goal or the winning
hmm
goal to kind of get them there. So that's why I was like, I might just do that. But so you got them at what is that, 6-2-0, just based
Uh,
off draws.
yeah, however you
Yep.
format the wins and loss column.
Well, I put
Yeah.
draws in the middle, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, for the most part.
hmm
Just because most time. Anyway, moving on, we got Inter Milan. It's the stepchild of AC Milan. No, I'm just kidding.
You're
So,
gonna anger
yeah,
so
anger
many
so many
people.
fans. I'm just
Everything you're
messing.
saying.
I'm just messing with y'all. Anyway, Inter Milan, the dominant, the more consistently better team, I should say, in Serie A. You got Leipzig and Cervina Zvezda at home, Young Boys, Man City on the road, Arsenal at home, Monaco at home, and Sparta Prague and Leverkusen on the road. Uh, Honestly, not really a bad draw. You know, you got Man City and Arsenal, who I think I had them both losing to. Um, and then I think I had them losing one more as well to Leverkusen just on the road and winning the rest. But that was me. I don't know kind of how you feel with Inter Milan this year.
uh, uh,
You got this.
I would hard.
Do they beat Leipzig or no?
Yes.
Okay. Do they beat Cervina Zvezda?
Yes.
Beat Young Boys?
I don't approve of beating children, but yes.
Okay, buddy. Monaco, do they beat Monaco?
We'll give them a draw against Monaco. There's something crazy out there.
Interesting. Sparta Prague, see that as a win or
Yep.
okay. Leverkusen, draw, win, loss.
I will give the win to Leverkusen on that one, so I'll say loss.
So lose to all three of these teams or
Man City, Arsenal, Leverkusen.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So you got them at 4,
4, 1,
1,
3.
and 3. Yeah.
Yep.
Not bad. All right, going on to my team. Be gentle. I know we're not great as we once were, but
Loss.
all right, Borussia Dortmund. We have Barcelona at home, Celtic at home, Dinamo on the road with Real Madrid, Shakhtar at home with Strum, and then Bologna and Club uh, on the road as well. Dude, that's never not gonna make me laugh. Anyway, uh, those are the teams that we have there. I not really a tough group for us, just Real Madrid and Barcelona. Where do you think we beat Barcelona at home and Borussia Dortmund
Uh,
in the
I
yellow
think
wall?
I think they lose to Barcelona.
Okay. And of course lose to Real Madrid. But for the rest of the
Correct.
schedule, what do you kind of see here?
Uh, I'll give Dortmund a win against the rest of the clubs.
That's what I was feeling. I was thinking we'd either go 7-0-1 or like 6-2. That was kind of what my record was for them. As a
hmm
Dortmund fan, I thought we could probably compete with Barcelona just because it is at Dortmund. If it was at Barcelona, then no brainer, it'd probably be a loss. But moving on to the last team here in this bracket of four. RB Leipzig, you know, they have Liverpool, Inter Milan, Juventus, Atletico Madrid, Aston Villa, Sporting, Celtic, and Strum. Not really an easy kind of schedule for them. Kind of a hard one. If I'm not gonna lie, it's probably a tough one for them. Um, what do you kind of have them at?
For Leipzig,
You could be
uh,
mean on this one. I had them going 3-2-3. So
yeah, I said that they lost to Liverpool. I said that they lost to Inter.
Think they lose to
Uh,
Juve?
I'll say they lose to Juventus. I'll give them a draw against Atletico Madrid. Win against Sporting and Celtic. I'll give them a draw to Villa,
And
and then
then
I'll say they
finally,
win against Sturm.
you meant Strom, like the guitar? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna strum you like a guitar. What are we talking about?
Okay, buddy. All right. So
Back to
you got
sports.
them 3, 2, and 3 as well. That's kind of like where I had them
Yeah.
too. So kind of wrapping up this little bracket here. Liverpool going 6-2 and 0, drawing to Real and Leverkusen. Borussia Dortmund losing to Barcelona and Real Madrid 6-0 and 2 as well. Inter Milan going 4-1 and 3, losing to Man City, Arsenal, and Leverkusen, drawing with Monaco. And then finally Leipzig going 3-2 and 3, with losing to Liverpool, Inter, Juventus, and drawing with Atletico Madrid and Aston Villa. So, in that sense, let's go ahead and dive into Barcelona.
You're saying it as if you're from there.
Yeah, honestly.
Not the way that we would pronounce it over
Not the way
here.
that we would pronounce it over here. So, for the Barthos fans, you guys have Bayern Munich. Where's Young Boys from again? Are they Swedish?
Switzerland.
Switzerland? Okay, I
So
thought it was
I believe
Switzerland or
so.
Sweden, somewhere up there. But
An S word.
yeah, I thought it was either Sweden or Switzerland. But either way, you got Bayern Munich, Young Boys, Borussia Dortmund on the road, Cervina Zvezda on the road, Atlanta. I said it like Atlanta. Atalanta at home, Brest at home, Benfica on the road, and Monaco on the road. Where do you kind of see this for Barcelona? I think this is honestly one of the easier, kind of pulls for them that I've seen in a while. You know.
I said that they lost to Bayern. I said that they win against Dortmund. And then, honestly, for the rest of those guys, I'll give them a win.
Do you think they but the reason why I ask about Young Boys, do you think that's one of those teams like we've talked about before? They can kind of compete with some of the best, right? They kind of like from what I've seen when Young Boys played is like they will, you know what I'm saying? Like against better teams like Barcelona, here they will kind of
Stop saying it like that.
I know it's gonna throw
That's as
you off.
bad as me saying baloney.
I know, and it's gonna throw you off, and now I'm gonna say it. But anyway, you've seen them; they compete with some of the top teams compared to like against some of the other teams. They don't really try as hard. Is it just that sense of like, hey, we're playing a powerhouse team, let's try a little bit?
So I think part of the thing with young boys is that they are one of, if not the best team from their region. So they're used to actually playing in this tournament. They're used to seeing that high tier competition.
Yeah,
So I think part of it is that experience. The crowd knows what they're getting into. Club knows what they're going into. Um, so they don't go in unsure or afraid, or they don't shy
you
away
don't
from it. So I think
you
that's
don't think
their
they draw that?
advantage.
You know what I'm
No,
saying?
I still give Barcelona the
Okay,
win on it.
you think like
I
two
just
one or 3-1 maybe?
uh I'd say like a 3-1 if I was
3
to throw
1.
out like a specific score.
Yeah. So was that 7, 0, and 1? So moving on to later Kusen. You got Inter Milan at home, Salzburg at home, Liverpool on the road, Feyenoord on the road, Milan at home, Sparta Prague at home, Atletico Madrid, who I'm not really sold on, but we'll get there in the next team is Atletico Madrid, so we'll talk about that after this, and then Brest on the road as well. Uh,
What
did you
about my
have
breast?
Did you have you didn't have you said they beat Inter Milan, correct?
Yeah, I said they beat Inter, and I said that they drew with
With
Liverpool.
Liverpool, right. So that
Yeah.
starts that out. So where do we have Milan, Atletico Madrid, Salzburg, Feyenoord, Sparta Prague, Brest here.
So I'm thinking against Atletico. I'll give them a draw,
Okay.
and then I'm giving them a big old W to the rest of the teams.
To all the other ones.
Yeah,
Okay.
Milan, Salzburg, Feyenoord, Sparta, and Brest. My, never mind. I won't say it. I'll
Dude, I
behave.
just I just can't even say Feyenoord like that because my brother's dog's name is Faye, so it freaks me out a little bit. But Atletico Madrid, uh, moving on, Atletico Madrid, they have Leipzig, PSG, Leverkusen, Benfica, Sparta Prague, Bratislava, Salzburg, and Lille. What do you kind of see for them? I'm not you were kind of we were talking before this like a couple days ago. I remember you were saying you kind of like their squad. I
hmm
personally am not a huge fan of their team. That's just me though. Uh, I don't know. It really just depends. I just don't think they're as strong as in attacking as they once were, in my opinion.
That's right.
But that's just me.
Um, I'd said for Leipzig, PSG, and Leverkusen, I'd given them draws against all three of those teams.
Okay,
And then I think I would give them a win against the others. I think they're one of those kind of teams where
they
you
dig
know,
deep a
they're
little bit.
yeah, I think they're close to being up there. They're obviously not there, but I think they can hang with the best. And then they can definitely walk past the non-best, if you ask me.
Yeah. So like looking at this record, I'm gonna be honest. I think just because the first eight get a automatic bid to the round of 16, I don't think a 5-3-0 record is necessarily going to be enough to get him into the top eight. I think you have to win seven or at least be six. It depends how you get the 6 wins. If you're 6-2 like Leverkusen, right? I think that's good enough to make the top eight, maybe depending on some other teams. But if you're like 6-1-1, then probably not, just based off point wise. From where
Mm.
I'm kind of what I'm just feeling out with the whole 1-8, 9-24 thing. But moving on to Atalanta, you got Real Madrid, Celtic. I'm not gonna say it this time. Barcelona, Young Boys, Arsenal, um, Shakhtar, Stuttgart. What do we kind of got for that?
So I gave them a loss against Real Madrid.
Okay.
For Barcelona, I gave them a loss as well.
Yep. Arsenal. I assume you give them a loss.
Arsenal, I'm gonna say they lose to Arsenal.
Okay.
I'll say they beat Shakhtar. I'll say they beat Celtic and Sturm.
Celtic and
And then I'm
Sturm. Okay.
I think I'm trying to think here. I know I'm bouncing around a little bit.
You don't want to
I'll
call
give
them
them a
Strum.
draw to Young Boys, and then I think they lose to Stuttgart. Give Stuttgart the win in that one.
Wait, so you think like this is one of those games where young boys kind of show up and then play to like that competition standard, like you were talking about?
Yeah, and I mean, this is just, crazy guy over here talking. I don't think they're too far apart, but that's obviously crazy guy talking, so.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, from what I saw today with the Inter Milan Atalanta match, I think they lost 4-0 or 5-0 uh, against Inter Milan. So it definitely is one of those things where it kind of shows, even in the Serie A matches as well. But
Mhm.
moving on, you got Juventus, a team that's like, has been on the peak and the pinnacle of the Champions League as well when Cristiano Ronaldo was there.
Blech.
Now now now
Sorry.
not so much. Haha. So anyway, you got Man City, PSV, Leipzig, Lille, Stuttgart, Benfica, Club Brugge, and Austin Villa. What do you kind of got going for Juventus? I think you had a loss against City, so I got to mark that.
Yeah, I've had a loss against City. Leipzig, I said that they beat Leipzig. I
Okay.
struggled to say that. It was tip of
Yeah.
my tongue kind of word.
What about
Benfica, I'll give Juventus the win.
interesting
Give them a win against. I'll let you do the honors of saying it.
Club Brugge? This.
uh, PSV.
You said give him the win against them, club.
Yes, I'll give
I'm
them
not
the
gonna
win
make the
against
vomit
them.
noise again.
Win against PSV. Um, Honestly, I'll give them a win. Yeah, the only loss I'm gonna give Juventus is gonna be Man City, I think.
So they beat the rest of the three here.
Yeah, in my opinion, I think so.
All right, so
Yeah,
seven
that's what
zero
I'll give
and
them.
1 record for Juventus. Moving on to Benfica. This is a kind of a team that I'm interested in. You know, they're not bad. De Maria is still peak performance for Benfica. So, kind of going off of how their team is structured and built, do you kind of like Benfica winning a couple of these matches, maybe going 4-4, maybe beat Cervina Zvezda, Bologna, as you like to call them? Uh,
Baloney.
I would say Feyenoord again freaks me out, so I'm gonna say Feyenoord. But anyway, as you see, they lose to Juve. I think you had them losing to Atletico, Bayern, and Barcelona from before, if I'm not mistaken. I think you had them losing to these four already.
Yeah, I had them losing to those four.
So
Um,
with the rest, with like Feyenoord and Cervina Zvezda and Bologna and Monaco, where do you kind of see
Baloney.
where do you kind of see Benfica at here
I will give them. Honestly, I'll give them a win against the rest.
against the rest? Okay, so
Yeah,
that's where I
four
kind of
wins,
had
four
them.
losses. What
I
I
think
would
I
give them,
had
honestly.
let me see here. I had Benfica at 4-0-4 as well. I had them winning
Oh,
four and
really?
losing four. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
I told you, man. I needed to change some of these homework answers. Why'd you
Yeah,
let me
because
do
I
that?
had Juve, but I had Juve at 5-1-2. A little different there
Oh, okay, yeah.
for our Juventus squad.
All right, just making sure
I'm
we're
not
changing our
saying.
homework up. Don't want teacher to think I'm cheating.
Well, it's not cheating; it's borrowing. But anyway, Arsenal, I had going undefeated. Honestly, PSG, Inter, Shakhtar, Atalanta, Girona, Monaco, Sporting, Dinamo. What do you? I had them going 8-0. You know, I had them beating Inter on the road, and then their home game, like the besides PSG, Inter's their next toughest. And other than that, I think they should easily win all the other ones.
Yeah, and I had already said win against PSG and Inter. Um, Honestly, I don't think. I mean, they shouldn't lose any of these.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, honestly, I'm gonna give them 8-0 as well.
This I'm pretty sure, like looking back at my records here, this was the only team to go undefeated for me. I just think like they got the easiest draw of the entire group, like quite honestly. Uh I mean literally their hardest match is probably Inter on the road and that's it. I wouldn't even say PSG is tough for them because it's at Arsenal. You know, if it was at PSG with Inter, then sure. But I mean, I just think they got a really uh how do I say that? I don't want to say gifted because it was random, but like you know what I'm saying? Like it was kind of tailored for them to go
They got
undefeated, but
luck of the draw was on their side.
yeah, for sure. But now moving on to club and you know you know you got Dortmund, Man City, Juventus, Milan, Strum. I'm gonna keep calling them Strum like the guitar, just because you know I'm cool. Anyway, Aston Villa, Celtic, Sporting. What do you kind of got going there? What do we got going there?
Let's see. I said loss to
To
Dortmund,
and Man
lost
City
Man City,
and Juventus.
and Juventus as well.
We haven't gotten to AC Milan yet, so
You're correct. And we haven't gotten any of the rest yet. Okay.
any of the
So
rest,
yeah,
yeah.
three losses off the bat. I'll say they lose to AC as well.
They lose to who?
AC Milan.
Okay, and then you think they
I'll,
win the rest or draw or
I'll give them a win against Sporting, CP, and Celtic. I'll say they lose to Villa, and I'll say they beat Sturm.
they beat Sturm?
I'll say they beat
Okay,
Sturm.
not
Yeah.
Strum, just Sturm.
I'm gonna strum you. Wait, I already used that one. I can't use that one again.
Yeah, you ruined that one. Anyway, So,
Don't worry, I'll
real
use it
quick,
later.
let me go back here. Juventus 7-0-1. I think we differed there a little bit. If you guys watched the last episode, I had Juventus going 5-1-2. Benfica 4-0-4. I had the exact same record. Same with Arsenal going 8-0-0. And then for Club Bleu, he had 3-0-5. I had him going 2-1-5 with 5 losses. I think I had them drawing against. I think I had them drawing against Sporting, just because Portugal is very well known for their defensive shape coming into these European matches. There are a lot of good defensive shapes from the Portugal league. So just with how club plays and how I've seen them play, I think it's just one of those games where it's going to be like a 1-1 draw kind of thing. But that's
Yeah,
just
we
me.
weren't too far off on that. That's
No, not at all.
pretty similar on these so far.
But let's go ahead and get into Shakhtar. I think this team did not make it. They made it the Conference League, right? Last year. It was the Conference League. Or not the Conference, Europa, right? They made Europa or something last year.
Europa,
I think it was
I
Europa.
think.
Yeah.
I could be lying to you though.
I think it was either Europa or because I think they played in that knockout round and then got knocked down to Europa. Or because they were in the group. No, they did make UEFA. They were in the group and they got knocked down to Europa.
They were?
Yeah, I believe so. But anyway,
Oh.
their schedule pretty ass. If you're gonna ask me, it's a pretty ass schedule for them. Byron at home, Young Boys at home, Dortmund on the road, PSV on the road, Atalanta at home, Brest at home. I'll give Parker the honors for that name.
Baloney.
There you go. And then Arsenal
It was
on
dramatic effect pause. Come on, man.
on the road as well. So we already have Shakhtar losing to Bayern, Dortmund, and Arsenal. For the rest of the schedule, what do you kind of see here?
I had them losing to Atalanta as well.
Okay.
I will give them a draw to Young Boys.
Okay.
I'll give them a loss to PSV. Win against Brest. And do I think they win or lose? I think they'll beat Bologna. Bologna.
Bologna.
Bologna.
So you got them going 2-1 and what is that, 4? 2-1 or no? It's all right.
5.
5, yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
You're gonna erase? Oh my god. I don't know. I'm trying to get it to erase there. Erase.
Oh, I
I
thought you asked if I was in a race.
Well, as someone who ran track, probably so. But anyway, moving on to AC Milan, you got Liverpool, Cervina Zvezda, Real Madrid, Dinamo, Club Giorna. You know, people on the podcast hearing that are going to be like, "What the fuck is happening?" But anyway, Liverpool, Cervina Zvezda, Real Madrid, Dinamo. Not gonna do the same thing I just did. Giorna, Leverkusen, Bratislava. What do you kind of see for AC Milan? I had them going 6-1-1. I'm not gonna tell you who I drew and who I gave them the loss to. I think we already said. I think you already gave them a loss to Real Madrid and Leverkusen. No.
Yeah, I said they.
Right?
Oops, sorry, I actually muted myself. Yeah, I said they lost to Liverpool, Real Madrid. I said that they beat Bleh. And then Leverkusen, I said that they lost to Leverkusen.
Okay. So for the rest, you kind of see them winning out that, or
for the rest, I will say a draw to Girona. I'll give them a win against the rest.
to the rest? Oh, I thought you said Brest.
To the rest
Gotcha.
of the rest of the games.
Gotcha. So we got them going for. Oh my God, switch shift. We got them going 4, 1, and 3. Not a bad record. I mean, that's kind of not where I had them, but that's okay. Some could say Feyenoord. I'm gonna say Feyenoord because again. But anyway, you got Bayern Munich at home, Man City on the road. Honestly, a really tough 3 or 4 games there. Leverkusen at home, Benfica on the road, Salzburg at home, Lille on the road, Sparta Prague at home, and Girona at Giorna. So, what are we feeling for them? I know you have losses against Byron and Man City and Leverkusen. What do
Yeah,
we have for Benfica?
I said Benfica beat them.
Okay.
I'll say a loss to Salzburg as well,
Okay.
and I'll give them a loss to Girona.
Jabrona.
They give them a loss to Lille. I'll say their only win is against Sparta, honestly.
Girona and the only win against is Sparta. Oh my god.
What was if you can recall, do you remember what yours was for those guys?
Wait, did you say they lose to Lille or beat them?
I said they lose to them. I think their only win is against Sparta.
Oh, okay. So what did you have? 1-7. I had
Mm-hmm.
them going 3-5. I think they beat. Uh, I'm not as like I said. I'm not as big on Giorna as you are. Jabroni.
My Sharona.
But
Sorry, that was
Girona. I'm not.
not
I'm not
funny.
huge on Girona, honestly. I really just because they lost that what's his name, the striker Doibek, the Ukrainian, the youngster that they had at striker. He's not on the team no
Mm-hmm.
longer. So without
Mm-hmm.
him, I just think sometimes they're gonna struggle with the attack. I just don't think they're as
That's
good.
fair.
I just don't think they're as good on attack as I thought. Oh, we got one more.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment.
But moving on to Sporting, I can already tell you we have losses against City and Arsenal and
I said
Club.
Leipzig
Club.
and Brett.
So we got Lille, Salzburg, Lille, PSV, Sturm, and Parker's favorite,
Baloney.
Bologna.
Baloney.
Bologna. Anyway, you got 4 games left. What are we kind of feeling here for that?
I'll say a draw to Lille. For PSV, I'll say a draw, and then the other two, I'll give them win for the last two.
Wait, draw to Lille and who?
PSV? No,
PSV,
am
and
I wrong?
then sorry, I
Yeah,
didn't hear you say
and then
that.
win for the other two.
Okay, so we got them going 2, 2, and 4. Not, I kind of sort of where I'm there too. I think I had them going 3-5. I think I had them beating. No, you had them beating. I think I've had them beating Lille. I, I'm not
Okay.
I'm not sold on Lille just because of the Farmers League and whatnot, and
Mm-hmm.
Uber Eats and all that good stuff. But I don't know. I could definitely see Jonathan David and Lille trying to make a good effort, but moving on to PSV, a team I'm actually really interested to see because with their kind of group here, I think they can very well. I had them going 4-4. I think they could very well make the knockout round and compete for the round of 16. But you have Liverpool, PSG, Shakhtar, Juventus, Brest, Girona, Cervena Zvezda, and Sporting. What do you kind of got there?
You said lost to Liverpool,
Okay.
PSG. I said that they beat Shakhtar and then lost to Juventus. That should cover that top row. And
Do you
then
think they beat
Sporting.
Jabroni?
Hmm?
Jabroni? Do you think they beat Girona, as you like to say, Jabroni?
Yeah, I'll say they beat him.
Okay.
And then I said a draw to Sporting CP. And then I'll say they beat Zvezda and Brest.
All right. So you kind of have them going the same. I mean, you pretty much have them going the same I do. You just have it 4-1-3. I have 4-4. So I mean, sort of similar. Moving on to Dinamo. Honestly, a team I think is going to struggle pretty hard. Unfortunate draw too. Quite honestly, Dortmund, Bayern, Milan, Arsenal. Tough draw. I all 4 of those were losses for me. I think I had them going 1-0-7. I think the only win I had given them was against Bratislava, just because they've been in a European competition.
Yeah,
Dinamo.
so mine was actually very close to that. I said the win against Bratislava as well. I gave them a draw to Celtic, and then I'll say loss to everybody else.
Yeah, it's a tough slate for any Dinamo fans. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, but it's just unlucky. Uh,
Arsenal being in that second pot, like
is
obviously that's
is
where they
is
were supposed to
brutal.
be, but that
Yeah.
that hurts. That's gonna hurt a lot of the
Yes. Yes.
people in the third and fourth pot that
Yes.
that
That
it's
have to
basically
play two of them.
three from yeah,
Yeah.
basically three teams from the first pool as far as quality is
Exactly.
concerned.
Mhm. So moving on to Salzburg, a team I'm not really sold on either. I don't think they're that great. That's just again my opinion. But you got PSG, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, Leverkusen, Dinamo, Feyenoord, Brest, and Sparta Praha. Uh, again, I I mean already. Let me just take out the red highlighter because PSG's a loss, Real Madrid's a loss. You gave them a loss to Leverkusen and a and wait. Okay, no, yeah. So far, so good. You gave them a win against Dinamo.
Yeah, and I said that they lost to Atletico.
Did you give them a win against Feyenoord?
Did we already do Feyenoord?
Yep.
Let me
I can always
think.
go back if I need to.
Yeah, could you hop back? I can't recall off the top of my
So
head what I said there.
let me take some look-sees here. Let's go back real quick. You gave them a win. No. Yeah, you gave them a win against Feyenoord.
I said Salzburg won. Okay. Okay, that
Yes, yes.
all right, that sounds about right.
Did you win against Brest and Sparta Praha or?
Yeah, I'll give them a win against
Poor Brest, I
both of
think, is
the.
just going to do brutal in this competition, low key.
They're gonna try their best.
So fun. Oh, I'm just kidding.
I'll be here
Uh,
all night, guys. Ooh.
give them the breast effort, you know? Anyway,
Oh,
hey,
where'd they
guys.
get these from? Where they get these from? These guys are
me,
hilarious.
me and Parker will be here all night. Just, anyway. I think I
Oh,
had
hey.
Salzburg going 3-0-5. You have them going 4-0-4. I can see kind of where you're at with that. I think I gave them the loss against Sparta Praha, maybe.
Mhm.
But moving on, you got Lille, another farmers league, as we both like to call it, Uber Eats.
Momo.
Uh, wait. Anyway, I don't know where the moo came. Oh, farmers. Okay, I thought you were gonna go like oink oink or something.
Oh yeah, because a cow is so unusual compared to a pig on a farm.
Well, I mean, just with the sounds you make, I would be leaning towards an oink than a moo. But anyway, Lille, you got Real Madrid, Feyenoord, Liverpool, Sporting, Sturm or Strum, as I like to call them, Juventus, Atletico Madrid, and Bologna.
Baloney.
Bologna. All right.
Let's see. We're
Not a good bracket here for Lille. Let's go ahead and Real Madrid, Liverpool loss, Juventus loss, Atletico loss.
Atletico lost, yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Feyenoord and Sporting, I had
win,
said that they won,
yeah,
correct?
and
Um,
Sturm and
Baloney.
Bologna.
Um,
Guys, real quick, make sure you guys go out to your local store and get you a little pack of bologna. Anyway,
this has been
moving
brought
on.
to you by Baloney.
Bologna.
The
Bologna
entirety of
everywhere.
Baloney.
If anything, just
uh,
order some bologna from Bologna, and then you can have a bologna sandwich from Bologna while eating bologna. Just saying. Anyway, Sturm, Sturm and Bologna. Do you have them winning that or losing that?
you know, I'm giving them both games. So I'll give them 4 wins and 4 losses.
Do you like that squad? Do you like Lil squad with like Jonathan David in that group? I'm not a huge fan personally.
I just think they'll be all right.
Yeah, I think I had them at 2-0-6. That's how much I do
Oh,
not like
okay.
them.
You don't like them nearly as much.
No, I think if they struggle in League One, I don't think they're gonna do that well in uh
hmm
the Champions League. I have Servina Zvezda going 1-0-7. Kind of get your take on this. Obviously losing to Barcelona. Oop, switch back. Losing the Barcelona, Inter Milan,
Oh
Benfica,
boy.
Milan. Or wait, do you have them losing to Milan? We didn't get to Milan yet.
Yeah, we did Milan earlier. I
Yes,
said we
we did.
lost to him.
Yep, you're right. And then the rest we haven't gotten to. Or did we get to PSV?
PSV said
Not yet.
lost.
Yeah. Yeah, we did. Okay.
Um, I will say loss to all of them.
I actually like that. I was kind of debating between 1-7 and 0-8 as well. I'm putting in my record. 0-8, I can see that for sure. Now we got that interesting team we talked about in Young Boys. I mean, already Inter, Barcelona, Atalanta, sorry. Losses. We haven't gotten to any of these teams as well, besides Servina, Zvezda, and Shakhtar. Uh, you gave them a loss against Shakhtar, right? Or a draw?
I said they drew to Atalanta and
Okay.
Shakhtar. Um, and then
Lose the rest.
I'll I'll give them a win against Celtic,
Okay.
and then lost to Villa and Stuttgart.
So you're thinking like
What's
two,
that?
two, and
Two
four,
wins, two draws. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
two
yeah.
and four. Yeah. All right, moving on to Celtic, a team that is dominant in the Scottish Premiership, but at the same time, when it comes to European competition, they don't do so hot a lot of the times. But looking at their schedule, it's not easy either. Leipzig, Dortmund, Club, bleh, Atalanta, Bratislava, Aston Villa, Dinamo, and Young Boys. Uh, I think we can kind of just go through this with the red highlighter here. You had them losing to Leipzig and Dortmund. Atalanta, I don't remember if you had them drawing that or not. I think you said loss to them.
Yeah, lost to Atalanta. Um, lost to Young Boys.
That's right. We just did that. Dinamo, did you have
I,
them
s-
beating
I said
Dinamo?
draw for that.
Okay.
And then
Bratislava.
the last couple here.
You did Club
Um,
Bro. I just don't remember if you had them losing or winning.
I said loss for them.
Okay.
Um, I'll say they beat Bratislava. And then I think they'll lose to Aston Villa.
Yep. So 1-1-6 is their record. I had them going 2-1-5. I think I had them beating Dinamo and losing and drawing to Club Blah, and losing the rest. Or I think drawing to Young Boys. I'm not actually sure on that one. I'll have to go back and check. But moving on to Bratislava, this team I had pretty much losing every game, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, losing every single
Um,
game.
yeah, I wasn't far off. I'll give them a draw to Stuttgart. I'll say poor performance for Stuttgart. Just
That's
throwing in
that's
a
so
wrench, you know?
that's so kind of you.
Just throwing in a wrench.
You didn't have to, but we all know why you did it.
I
So
like
0,
wrenches.
1, and 7. All right, so real quick to
Yeah.
wrap up this, Servina Zvezda going 0-8, which we both kind of have. Young Boys going 2-2-4, which is honestly not bad for them. That's kind of how they normally are. Same for Celtics 1-1-6, and Bratislava not winning a single match, but drawing one and losing 7. So we got 2 more to go. So 8 more teams. Moving on to Monaco, a team that's very interesting, and the the
The Mumuli?
the moo. Anyway, Monaco, a team that is interesting, but they got Barcelona at home, Cervina Zvezda, Dinamo, Inter on the road, Benfica at home, Aston Villa at home, and Arsenal and Bologna
Baloney.
on the road. Who do we got for that one?
I said lost to Barcelona.
Yeah.
I said draw to Inter.
Unbelievable,
Lo-
but okay.
Lost to Benfica and Arsenal. Gave them a win against Zvezda and Dinamo.
Dynamite. No, I'm just kidding.
Dynamite.
Dynamite.
For the
Dinosaur.
last couple, I'll say
Bologna.
draw to Villa.
Interesting.
And then I'll give them a win against Bologna.
By the way, I've already highlighted them as a win before you even said it. So three,
Oh,
two, and
sorry.
three
I
record.
was looking at my group. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're good. No, no, no. I already highlighted them because I knew exactly what you were thinking. But already 3, 2, and 3 for Monaco. That's kind of where I had them. I mean, I had them at 3-0 and 5, losing to Inter and Villa. But moving on to Sparta Praha, a team I had going 1-0 and 7. We already know they're losing to Inter, Man City, Atletico, Leverkusen. And what do you got for the rest? I think you had them losing to Salzburg. I
Yeah,
don't remember. I think
lost to
Feyenoord.
Feyenoord. Yeah, lost
Feyenoord,
to
yeah.
them.
Brest. We haven't gotten to them yet.
I'm gonna
So
say that's one of Brest's few wins. I'll say Brest beats them.
wow, and lose to Stuttgart then.
I said that they beat Stuttgart.
Okay, so Stuttgart's
Yep.
having two bad matches. They draw with who the hell did they just draw with?
Drew with
Bratislava,
Bratislava.
and
Yeah.
then lose to
I'll
Sparta
give them a
Prague.
couple. Give them a couple stinkies.
Damn, Stuttgart fans are gonna be so mad. Moving,
Yeah, as if they're watching this.
yeah, totally watching this. Moving on, Aston Villa, Bayern Munich at home, Celtic at home, Leipzig on the road, Young Boys on the road, Juventus at home, Club on the road, Monaco on the road, and then Bologna at home. Bologna.
Um, Trying to think back here who
So
I had.
you got the bologna with the club because the bologna makes you go to the club and blah. But anyway, uh, I think we have a a loss here. A loss here to Bayern Munich. I don't really. I think you have them winning against everyone else though, honestly,
Let's
or
see.
drawing against Monaco.
I had draw against Monaco,
Yep,
draw against Leipzig.
gross.
I
Losing to
said,
Juventus or
yeah,
drawing
I
with
said
them.
lost to Juventus. Uh, and I'll say win to the rest. A couple of those we already been over. Yeah,
Bologna.
I don't think they do too bad. In my personal unprofessional opinion, for the guy that doesn't know what he's talking about.
Well, I had them going 6-1-1, honestly. So
Really,
basically, just
who did you say?
I had them beating Juventus at home just because it was at home, and then I had wins against Monaco and Leipzig and losing to, or sorry, drawing to Juventus, winning against Monaco and Leipzig, and then losing to Bayern.
Okay,
So 6-1-1
I
is
got
where I
you.
could have had them. Now
Okay,
our favorite team in this whole competition, Bologna.
who?
Bologna.
Never heard of
Moving on. So we got Dortmund at home,
him.
Lille at home, Liverpool on the road, Sporting on the road, Shakhtar at home, Monaco at home, Benfica on the road, and Aston Villa on the road. We already know they don't win an absolute single game on here because we've been through pretty much all these teams, and I don't think they've won a single. Wait, did you have them beating Shakhtar?
No, I had them losing to Shakhtar.
Oh God, so they lost to everybody. So yeah,
Uh, yeah, looking back at this, I didn't I didn't give Bologna a single win.
so like I
Oof.
said, guys, you go to Bologna. So you get Bologna, go to the club, and then you blah. So that's kind
Ask
of
for
what.
the loser special, because apparently that's all they get.
That's all they get. So if you want Bologna, don't get it from Bologna. Anyway, Monaco 3-2-3, Sparta Prague 1-0-7, Aston Villa 4-2-2, and Bologna 0-0-8. Poor Bologna did not catch a single win. now moving, now moving on to Giorna, uh, or Jabroni, however you want to pronounce it. You got Liverpool at home, Feyenoord at home, PSG on the road, PSV on the road, Arsenal. Dude, they're not gonna win a single game. Arsenal at home, Bratislava at home, Sturm away, or sorry, on the road, and Milan on the road. So I think you said Feyenoord loses to them, and I don't
Yeah,
remember who else.
I gave them a I get Feyenoord to win. I said they drew against AC Milan. I said they beat Bratislava, and then I'll give them a win against Sturm, and then everything else we had already said loss.
And you said PSV was a win too, so 4-1-3, or no?
No, I said PSV beat them, so
Oh, okay.
3 wins, 1 draw, rest loss.
Yikes. So let's update that. So overall, they finish 3-1-4. Perfect. Awesome. Now we can get
Mm-hmm.
to Stuttgart. PSV's a loss. Real Madrid's a loss. You gave Sparta Pro. Didn't you give him a draw against that? Yeah. Draw
Hmm?
against Sparta, or was it Bratislava? You drew against Bratislava and a win for Sparta Prague or something like that for Stuttgart.
Let me go back up
Dude,
her.
the thing you gave for Stuttgart is crazy, by the way. Insane
What you
work.
mean? You got no faith in Stuttgart?
You have no faith. You gave him. I'm pretty sure you drew him with a couple of like trash teams.
Well, yeah, they're the surprise team, you know. They'll beat some good teams and then they'll not perform against some of the bad ones, you know.
Okay.
They're that what's it called? Like they're the chaos team, you know.
Okay. All right.
So what I had said for everybody, 'cause there's nothing new on here, I said I'll just go across the board. PSG loss, Real
Mhm.
Madrid loss,
Mhm.
Atalanta, I said that they beat them. And I said loss to Juventus. And then I said they beat Young Boys and Zvezda. And then lost to Sparta. It was Sparta's only win. And then draw against Bratislava.
So 3-1
And
and
it
4
was yeah,
was
and it was
what?
Bratislava's only point.
Only
And
point. Yep. So
yeah,
moving
so
on to
so I'm saying
Strom.
they get a couple wins, but you know, then they also they ruin it. I'm saying they're the chaos team, you know.
Moving on to Strom, like the guitar. They're playing Leipzig, Sporting, Borussia Dortmund, Club, Atalanta, Lille, Giorna, and Brest. What do you got for them there?
And did I have them win in a single game?
Nope.
I don't think I did.
You can go back and check, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm looking back right now. I see
The
a
only one you did is
whole lot of
undecided is
losses.
Brest. Brest is the only one that's undecided.
Ah, okay.
So you could still give them
So,
a win,
well,
but
let's do this. Let's go ahead and mark up red for those other 7.
yep.
Mhm.
Okay. Waiting.
And then
Waiting.
let's hop on down to Brest.
Okay. Who's
Let's
gonna
let's
have a
start
lot of
mark.
red marks? Real
Yeah,
Madrid,
start
Barcelona,
marking them
Leverkusen.
up.
Where was Shakhtar? Loss.
Shakhtar, I said that yeah, I said that they lost to them.
Sparta Prague. Which one was that one?
Mhm.
Sparta
That's
loss.
Sparta. I said that they beat them.
They beat Sparta.
Yeah, that was a win that I gave them. And
PSV
then
and Salzburg both losses.
PSV loss, Salzburg loss.
So you're gonna have to give Strom uh the win against Brest. Honestly,
Well, why do I have to do that?
you're gonna have to
But why?
because the Brestis is not playing the bestest against Strom. So
You know what? I'm gonna do this. Is it possible for both of them to lose?
no, someone's got it. It's called a draw, bro.
Well, yeah, but there's gotta be some way they can lose.
Unless they get disqualified.
That's possible. They get simultaneous
I'm gonna
red
draw a
cards.
yellow, and we're gonna just say draw it up.
I'm
So
gonna say they draw.
0, 1, and 7 for Strom, and 0, 1, and 7 for Brest.
No,
Perfect.
Brest I had beating Sparta,
Oh, that's
so
right.
one
That's right. My
one
bad.
one win, one draw.
Regardless, they still suck. No one cares. So
I don't know. Those are the contenders, man. I don't know what you're on about.
the contender, dude. Honestly, you're so right. So right. But now that we're done with that, real quick, I didn't really dive into this, but like, let's just hypothetically pick 4 teams to win it all for UEFA.
4 teams. Oh, like who's gonna be the
Yeah,
semifinals,
yeah.
basically?
Who do you think is going to be in the semifinals? Doesn't matter who's playing who.
Um, so top 4 for the tournament, I'll give Real Madrid. I'll go Man City. I'll say Arsenal. And who's the other one? I personally want to see Leverkusen do well. So I'll say Leverkusen.
And Leverkusen. I got Man City, Arsenal, Real Madrid, and Borussia Dortmund for me.
Hmm. Yeah, I think
I'm
Real
not a
Madrid, Man
Borussia
City,
Dortmund fan. I
Arsenal.
swear to you guys, I'm not a Borussia Dortmund fan.
Yeah,
They they like me, I don't like them. It's just one of those things.
but Real
So
Madrid, Man City, Arsenal, I think it's hard to argue that those are not the top
top
3
three.
teams.
I think that fourth team, I can really see there being Dortmund, Leverkusen, Liverpool, uh, maybe Inter Milan or AC Milan or some one of those Serie A teams as well.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a gap
But I
between
think the
3 and the
three
4
for
position,
sure.
and I think there's a lot of people that can fight for that number 4
Bayern
spot.
Munich, yeah. But so that's kind of where I'm at on that too. But real quick, let me see if I can get it pulled up here. Uh, what do you think as a Chelsea fan? Let's kind of dive into like your Europe, like our conference league that you guys are playing. Did you see their
Hmm.
schedule?
Yeah, I saw it. Are
Not too
you
bad.
pulling it up on the
Yeah, I'm
screen?
pulling it up. Or they won't be able. They won't be able to see it. I was just going to talk about it a little bit, but
Okay, I was gonna say all I see is black screen.
not too bad for not too bad for Chelsea. I mean, it's doable. It's doable for sure. Do I think you guys are going to win it all? Probably not, unfortunately. Uh, which is saying a lot for you guys. But
You're trying to hurt my feelings.
well, let's see. Chelsea. Let's pull them up. So you got Ghent, Hindenheim, Astiana, Shamrock Rovers. Yeah, never mind. You guys are probably sweeping that. I don't know though.
There's no reason why they shouldn't win every game, but also this same team just yesterday lost the second leg against Servette. They still moved on, obviously.
Yeah, but they didn't come
Um,
out and play. I
yeah,
honestly,
there's
you mess around with Noah or Ghent, you might lose that, Loki.
you're crazy. They should not lose a single one of these games. There's no reason, honestly, that Chelsea shouldn't win this whole tournament. But
Well,
with
I mean,
how they
Fiorentina
are,
can
you
put up a
never know.
fight. Fiorentina can definitely put up a fight for sure.
They should beat everybody on paper. Again, they don't always beat everyone on paper, but they should.
I mean, but like kind of look into. I mean, if I were to pull up, where's that Europa League? I haven't really looked and taken a peek at what their draws have been. I know there's a couple of solid teams in there though. You know, you got
I
Man
haven't looked at
United.
a single one of their draws now that
Yeah,
you
so
mention it.
Roma, for instance, Frankfurt, Tottenham Hotspurs, Braga, AZ, Dynamo Kiev, Union St. Gilloise, right? I believe.
I
Atletico
love hearing
Club.
you try to pronounce these. It's always so
Well,
fun.
what is Union SG? What is it? I don't
Oh,
know.
I don't
I
know
just
what it
call them.
stands for.
I don't know either. I just made something up. But Man United. I think Roma. I know they can't see it, but I think Roma low key could probably go. But just looking at this, I think Roma. Honestly, without Lukaku, the team's not that great. Honestly, I would be shocked if they get like 3 wins, maybe 4 wins. I think the main one we
Yeah,
need to focus on here is like looking at Man United. You know, you got Rangers, Porto, PAOK, Farron. What is that? I don't see the rest of their name. Farron,
Fenerbahce. I don't
Fenerbahce.
know I don't know how to pronounce it the
Well, I
right
don't
way
I don't
though.
see the rest of their name, but Bodo. Honestly, Man United. I think their only loss will probably be against Porto, and they go 7-0-1. Honestly, Uh, Porto, on the other hand, I think Porto could probably win their entire group. I think they go 8-0, even against Olympiacos and Lazio. I don't think Lazio is as good as they used to be.
You like Porto a lot?
They're good. They're really good. They're a solid squad. I don't think Lazio is as good as they used to be. Honestly,
You really
I
like that
Portugal.
Portugal
I
league just in general.
honestly I've just seen a lot of great like a lot of those Portugal teams, they just have a really nice setup. You know, as long as they still have Diego Costa, you know, probably one of the best keepers in the world. I'm gonna go Porto for sure over Lazio. Now, the interesting one I think is Tottenham. I mean, there's some really solid teams in here. You know, Braga, Olympiacos, Lyon. I mean, Galat is not solid at all. I'm sorry, Galat is so overrated now. I don't know what happened to them. They used to be nice, but now I'm just like, ugh. Kind of looking through here though. I mean, if I had to pick my four, like if you guys were trying to do a future bet for who's gonna win the Europa League, I honestly would be comfortable doing Man United, Porto with Diego Costa. I think Rangers. And this is a question for you. Do you think Rangers are similar to Celtic? You know how Celtic makes the UEFA Champions League, dominates the Scottish Premiership, and doesn't really do well. I think Rangers are the same way, low key.
They're similar. Celtic is, in my
Yeah,
opinion, leagues above them as far as quality. But yeah, same sort of thing.
same. Yeah, same idea. I I,
Same
I
same but
can
different.
same but different. But
Hmm.
honestly, I can see Tottenham. My four would be Porto, Tottenham, Man United, and I'm never putting Ajax up in there. I'm sorry, Ajax is so overrated now. Maybe maybe Leon. I might go Leon. Yeah, why not? I'll skip Braga. I'll skip yeah, let's do it. Porto, Man United, Tottenham, and Leon. Honestly, that would be my four I would put in there.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue that too much. Like I said earlier, I hadn't really looked through
There's
the
some good
draw.
teams in this.
I hadn't even looked to see who was involved in the Europa just
Yeah.
because of the new format and everything. I've been trying to figure out how the heck it works, and I'm an idiot, and it took me until today to really understand it. So I saw all the clubs that wouldn't typically get a chance in UCL. They expanded it a little bit, and because of that, there's also some teams that are going to get pulled up into the Europa League, like the same sort of deal. So
Yep.
there's some new fresh blood, and then like Chelsea, for instance, seeing our pool who we're playing. I mean, these are teams that I've never heard of being over in the U.S. We're not going to hear about all of these kind of teams, and I'm just sitting here like, who are these people? So I do think the one good thing that's coming out of all this and like how they're expanding the tournament and everything, like just the expanded exposure just for everybody.
For sure.
These are teams and leagues that you may never hear of, you may never see of, but they might put up a fight and they might have some entertaining, strategies and formations. And um I was questionable at first seeing all the changes, but I honestly I'm excited to see some different teams. I think is what I'm excited to see.
But like overall, I mean, I think the biggest question a lot of people have, and I've been asked this too, is like, how do you feel about the new format? I mean, it's the first year, so I'm not really going to give my opinion too strongly, like either way. I mean, I
Hmm.
like the old format better. But I don't know. I haven't seen this format through its first full year yet.
Yeah,
Are you optimistic or a little skeptical about the new format? Because I'm a little optimistic. I think this was an interesting way to bring in teams and to watch those Cinderella stories. You know, there's a lot more chances for a Cinderella story to happen. You know, what if young boys, for instance, what if they just have it and they just have it going? You know, or what if
hmm.
Servina Zvezda, a team that is not really that heard of, comes in and just beats whoever they play. I forgot already, but
Yeah, I don't. I'm not a fan. I said this before. I'm not a fan of the lack of a true group stage. I enjoy seeing that group play from Group A all the way down, however large the tournament may be. Doesn't matter what tournament it is. I
yeah.
love seeing, four teams play against each other, one or two times each, depending on what tournament it is. One gets a home and home sort of situation for everybody. I know that the bottom team is just going to get destroyed, but that I think that is what it is. I enjoy seeing those groups. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Uh, it's gonna make for some different strategies for like those top teams. Um, because you might not have the top seed confirmed or not. And then if you're still in the middle of the pack, you may have some more wiggle room to move up or down. I think it'll definitely make for some interesting, I guess potential to be dramatic. So we'll have to wait and see. Give it a couple months.
I think my only biggest concern is, and I'm sure other football fans out there can agree with me and probably even you, is my biggest thing is it's not the fact that the 1 through 8 get around a 16 bid, the 9 through I think 24 what it is, play a knockout round to get to the round of 16. I don't dislike that. The only thing I dislike is the fact that the 25 through 36 team is just completely eliminated from European competition. I
Hmm.
think to me, in fact, I think to me is almost as if you get eliminated, you should put all the elimination teams into another tournament and let them play it out. Like put them in a knockout round or something. I don't think it's fair for a team to sit there for I don't even know how much longer they have to sit there just doing nothing while everyone else is playing European competition and not being able to play anything. I think it would be fun to watch not the guys who unfortunately didn't make the cut. Play in like a knockout. That would be kind of sick to me. I think it's cool if you still have them involved in some way. Could it get a little confusing? Yeah, but then again, it's not like it's gonna be one of those things where it's like you know a huge headline. It's not the Champions League, okay, but I think a nice like for instance, like it would be cool to see like Servina, Servina Zvezda and Bratislava and Brest and Bologna and
Baloney.
Bologna and just teams like that. I think it would be really cool to see them compete with other teams that maybe the other teams that got eliminated, the other ones, for instance, they still want to have something to play for, But that's just me.
Yeah. Do you think the reason why it's just permanent knockout, not drop down to a different tournament at a later stage? Do you think the reason why that is because everything has been expanded and the formats are so different that there's not room for the current format for a
They can
team to
definitely
be
have
dropped
room.
in? Do you think that's part of the problem because they're trying to almost like standardize each one to be the same formats?
Well, my thing is this: instead of that, what if the teams that did get eliminated, the 25 through 36, what if those teams played the losers of whoever loses the knockout round, right? That would be cool to me. It would be the battle of, you know, who doesn't suck the most, or,
Yeah, but I guess at
or
that
just
point
like
you're probably fighting for who's actually gonna watch it. You got to make money at the end of the
or
day. And
or let me put it, and who wouldn't watch it? My thing is like, fight. What if it's a instead of 25 through 36, right? Say they play whoever loses in their knockout round, and whoever wins that gets still is qualified for the UEFA Champions League if they're league wise, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like, how it's kind of weird, like even in your league standings, even if you lose out and someone wins the Europa League, for instance, right? They get the bid and you don't, kind of thing. So I guess
Mhm.
it's still nice to have that chance to fight for the spot. And then at the end of the day, if you don't win your league, oh well, at least you still fought for a chance to put yourselves back in a position to get back to the Champions League, something like that. I don't know. They should still involve uh the other teams, in my opinion. I don't know how they would do that. And again, like you said, they could make money, but honestly, as long as you throw some matches up on a screen, people are going to be watching. I don't care where you're from. People are going to be watching, in my opinion.
But
But
if you have two different options, if you could either be watching those top teams still playing against each other,
well,
or
it would be on the
you have
off
the option to
days,
watch.
right? It would be on the off days. Most of the time, Champions League's on Tuesday and Wednesday. Europa's on Thursday. You know what? Europa and Europa Conference League are both on Thursday. Champions League is on Tuesday and Wednesday. So my thing is, why split up the Champions League? Like, if that's the case, then you can put them on Monday. When they're not doing anything. Although they do have
Yeah,
league
but
play on the
that's
weekends, but
right, and that's too close
but
to it. There's
it
not
is.
really
It
other
is.
time to
It's
do
tough
it.
too. And that's my other thing. Why not put Champions League in the middle of the week? Why put it on a Tuesday? What if you have to play a Saturday or a Sunday match, right? And you only have a 2-day rest area. That's my thing. I wish they would just make Champions League on Tuesday or Wednesday and then the other two on Thursday. That's just me though. I think it's ridiculous having these matches on a Tuesday.
Did you
Just
see one thing that I thought was cool? I don't know if this is new or if they've done it before. I just haven't noticed it. One thing that they're doing is every cup is going to
mhm.
have their own exclusive week. So
Yeah,
there's going to be one week where Champions League is played on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then same with Europa and same with conference.
which is
Each
great.
team,
Yeah.
each league's gonna have a week exclusive to them. And dude, I would be so happy and so excited for 3 days in a row of Champions League, because then you can watch every single game like that. I know that for a fact is gonna be awesome to see.
My
But that obviously kind of stretches out the lengths of stuff.
my biggest concern with this though is, and I loved what, and it only applies, honestly, this only really applies to the Premier League as well, just because there's so many different competitions within the Premier League or the English, the EFL, so on and so forth. I liked what Pep was saying. It's like the amount of games these players have to play now is kind of absurd. I mean, there is a lot of games being played for
Yeah.
some of these Premier League teams. Like, if you're Man City, right, you're not only playing the EFL Cup and the Cabrero Cup, even though no one cares about that one. And your Premier League matches as well, your league matches plus the Champions League. That's a lot. That can be a lot, honestly, on a team.
Yeah, and
But
maybe those teams that finish in that, you know, 25 to 36 range, those teams that get automatically knocked out, maybe they won't be too upset if they're not playing European soccer for the rest of the season. Maybe they can then go focus on the league, because I mean those bottom guys aren't going to be winning a tournament per se against other international clubs, or sorry, other European clubs, but maybe they have a chance to go win their individual league. So maybe instead of playing those extra games, they would rather go over and do that.
well, that's my other question to you. It's like, so I'm not sure how it is over in Europe. I could be different, but I've heard some fans here personally, like to me, right? I've heard some fans like if Man City won the Premier League, great, awesome. Don't really care, you know. They didn't win the Champions League. Is that like I don't know if that's just an American thing over here for some Premier League fans over here, or if it's the same way over there. I kind of want your opinion. Like, do you think the season, like, even if you win the Premier League, do you think the season is not as like what you expected out of it if you don't win the UEFA Champions League? Like, I feel like there's some like insane expectations, like Real Madrid, right? You just got Kylian Mbappe. They don't care about winning La Liga, right? They're always in the top three or at least winning it, right? They won a Champions League again. They just won one. They won another one with Mbappe. I feel like the expectation is to win one, right? Even though you just won one, because now you have Mbappe, Vinny Jr., and just a stacked roster. Is that like? Would you consider that to be? To me, I don't think if you win your league but lose the Champions League, I don't think that's a failed season. I think that's a great season, but some people would not see it that way, low key.
Yeah, I think for those top teams like a Man City or Real Madrid, it's either win your league and win Champions League or bust. It is win every tournament or bust is what win every trophy possible or bust.
Yeah,
That if Real Madrid does not win the league, then their fans are fuming. They're pissed. You know,
yeah,
if whether that be La Liga or Champions League. The same with Man City. If Man City hadn't won last year and Arsenal had won it, they would not have been happy. They would have been very bad. No, they definitely care. They care a lot about their league play, both um, country and continent. Um, Now, if you're someone like an Arsenal, for example, that hasn't won the league and they were so close last year to winning the league, they're looking for a trophy period, so that if they can go and win either one, that's a great season for them. That's what they're trying to do right now. But for your guys that are used to winning and they expect to win, that their expectation is to win anything and everything.
yeah. That's kind of where I'm at too. I'm just like I feel like the expectation nowadays is just so much on winning everything that you kind of lose focus on like what matters more. Because honestly, if you want me to be honest here, you get more money winning your league than you do winning the Champions League, like prize money. So
Well, the Champions League starting this season with their new
do they
format,
switch the money, the
they
money
upped the
payout?
money by 25%
It's still
for the
not as much,
overall pay.
but which is not bad, but still not as much as like La Liga or Premier League. Which again,
I don't know how much clubs get for winning those.
let me see. La Liga first place prize money is 61.3 million. So
You don't think they get more for Champions League?
I don't think so. Unless they just up the money, then I don't think so. Yeah, the winner only gets 25 million in the Champions League. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
If you want more transfer budget and more money, I think it's more important winning your league than the Champions League. I know the Champions League has so much history around it and so much meaning to your for clubs now, right? But I'm just generally saying like money wise, if you get that's the reason why I think Arsenal could be so dangerous. If they focus more on winning the Premier League than the Champions League and start earning this Premier League money, right? Like they have been runner up, first place, so on and so forth, they're going to start getting a transfer budget where they're eventually going to win the Champions League. It could even be this year. That's why I'm saying like sometimes people lose focus on the bigger picture. I feel like the bigger picture is lost sometimes in translation of, winning the UEFA and winning your league. But that's just kind of where I'm at on that.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think that the best teams, I think they just want to win everything. I
No,
don't
and I
I
get it.
don't I don't know if it's money related exactly. I think they just want to win everything.
Well, moving on to like Real Madrid, what is the situation going on with him right now? Right, they just drew a match with Las Palmas.
Mhm.
I mean, that's a team you normally beat, right? I mean,
Good.
I mean, they've had 9 on a head-to-head streak against them, 9 no losses, 4 wins in a row, and then now you get Kylian Mbappe in here, and all of a sudden it's like, where's the wins? You know, you have
Yeah,
one win
I
and 2
didn't watch the
draws.
game,
It's
so
like,
I
well,
I didn't
and
see.
yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, you have one win and 2 draws. Like, where are the wins at? You know, this is the thing was like, hypothetically, and you can agree with me, on paper, maybe against Barcelona, they should not be losing any of these games. Like, on paper, like
On paper,
on
Real
paper,
Madrid is the best team in the world, and
yeah.
I'd said before that I don't know if there's going to be a dynamic problem with Mbappe coming in because they were already the best team. They didn't need to make a change up top. They didn't need to add anybody, but they went ahead and did it. So, he might mess up all the mojo, all that flow that they had going. So,
And that's my thing. Like, the fact that he's yet to score in every single one of his La Liga matches, kind of. I'm not saying, I know it's only the first month, first 3 or 4 games into the year. I'm just saying, if that's the pace he's kind of on right now, I mean, it's gonna be a long year for Real Madrid. It's gonna be a long year for Real Madrid and their fans. It's just, I just don't really understand, like, and me and you both said this. I don't understand signing Mbappe, Loki. I just really don't understand the signing. Like you said too, they don't really need it because they don't. And now it's kind of coming to this point where it's like, you know, like honestly, it's like what gets, because like literally you have Jude, Vinny, and I believe who's starting over with Mbappe, is it Rodrigo?
Rodrigo, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, hypothetically, there's literally no reason you don't need to score. But I mean, like you said, I think it's more of a power struggle, low key. I really do.
Yeah. He's not used
Like,
to having to play against semi decent opponents every single week. He's
yeah, yeah.
used to playing 1 or 2 games on a year. So,
From the Moo League to the La
from
League.
yeah, those mooers.
Moo.
Moo.
You got Brest in there, and just confusing. Can be confusing sometimes.
Definitely
But
not the Brest League.
not the Brest League, but one of the Brest leagues, but not through the Brest League. I don't actually, you know what? I don't think it's one of the Brest anymore. I don't even think it's top 5.
I'm pretty sure they are not in the top 5 right now.
Yeah, where are they at now? Let's see, top 5
Think they're
leagues.
6th.
Did they get bumped down to 6 after Mbappe left? What?
No, they had already been, I believe.
No, they're still at 5.
Oh, they are? Okay.
Boo! I'm at moo. I'm at
Moo.
moo. Yeah, I don't know.
Who's
Honestly,
who's
you
the
watch.
who's the
You
first one
wait.
out?
I
Who's number 6?
believe. I don't know. It just shows me the top 5. Let's see. Top. Hey, you wait for Portugal. That's all I gotta say. Wait for Portugal. They're on the come up. I'm just letting you know. Belgium is 6, I believe. Portugal is 8. Switzerland is 7. Netherlands is 9. Brazil is 10. I think
Let me
Portugal should
see.
be 6, low key.
Here we go. I got it here.
I think Portugal should be 5.
Netherlands is number 6. It goes
Yeah,
England,
that's
Italy, Spain, Germany, France. Netherlands is 6th.
okay. I
And
think Portugal is on the up and coming. Just me
looking
though.
at the points, France has 55.665.
Yeah.
Netherlands has 52.9. So they're close to them. They're
So it's
less than 3
close.
points behind them.
It's close. Yeah, it's close for sure. I don't know. I really, dude. Honestly, they need to figure out something to do with uh, Mr. Uber Eats over there, because there is really nothing to play for over there right now. Honestly, I mean, there really isn't. I mean, do they even have what is their mid season tournament over there?
Mhm.
Mid season tournament. Let's see.
Also, did you know that they're not called the Uber Eats this season?
They're McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
We're loving breasts. I mean, loving.
Wait,
Wait
wait, wait a minute.
a minute. Wait a second. You know
I
what?
mean, just
Funny enough, Brest is actually bottom of the league right now.
that's a good start.
Yeah, for being a Champions League team, being the bottom of the league, that's impressive.
It's impressive. Hey, ho,
All
hey.
right, bro, we gotta stop with this.
Uh,
This is getting crazy.
oh.
But you know, I honestly, I mean, unless Marseille comes to some like resurgent to where they used to be and come to be like, I wouldn't say feared, but like somewhat of a threat to some of these other big clubs, I think that would be sick. Honestly, I would love to see Marseille come back to their former glory days.
Yeah, I'm just not too. I'm not interested by League One. I haven't been interested in the French League for a bit.
Ba-da-da-da-da. I'm
I
loving
enjoy
it.
watching Premier League. I enjoy watching the
Da League.
Bundesliga, and I enjoy watching Italian soccer. Those are the three leagues I enjoy watching the most.
By enjoy, you mean hate. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I enjoy hating it.
No, but I don't know. That's kind of just where I'm at. With the whole, I just don't know, man. I just think like it's a big shift. You know, it's a really big shift because we've seen the the French league be so dominant for so long with Marseille and now PSG for a while. Then it's kind of like now it's like is the world ready for like a shift like that? You think for like for instance like Netherlands, right? You got Ajax, PSV. I feel like I'm forgetting a couple other big teams, but you know what I'm saying. Do you think are we ready to see a shift like that, or do you think it's going to be kind of
I
more
love my
orderly?
shakeups, so I think it's overdue. I
Yeah,
think
none but a good
French,
protein shake, huh?
yeah, French league is boring. They've got a couple teams, and then the rest is just garbage.
Fair.
And the other leagues, like, yeah, everyone's gonna say, well, every league has their top couple teams. Yes, that's true, but then the rest of the teams are still able to compete with the rest of the world.
Nothing as
It's
good
just,
as the MLS, baby.
oh, good old our country, woohoo, best league
Best
in
league.
A.
Not only do we have Messi, but we also have German Messi, according to some local fans here that call him that.
Oh my
So,
goodness.
and then soon to have Ronaldo too.
We have Giroud.
We have Giroud. We have Antonio
Giroud.
Griezmann if he's a Chuan. Griezmann if he's probably coming here. Marco Reus. Kevin De Bruyne has been rumored to come here as well.
He's not coming.
Oh, he's coming.
No. Where did you hear that Ronaldo is coming to the MLS? That's a
I
new
heard
one.
I heard they're trying to. There's a rumor currently that
Who?
I heard Tom Brady and David Beckham are trying to get some money together to sign Ronaldo over here.
Yeah, that would be impossible. You know what he's making over in that Camel League?
Dude, they don't care.
Dude, they don't have that kind of money.
Ah, they can get it.
And the MLS won't allow it with how they structure everything.
That's
Like
that's.
like it's not possible.
Ah, shut up. Anything's possible. Put your mind
No,
to it.
I'm
Anything's
all in
possible.
favor. Personally, I'm in favor of the MLS taking away some of their restrictions to let some more teams spend some money. But my only concern
What?
is that's what's been going on over in Saudi Arabia, over in the Middle East. They're spending these ginormous amounts of money, and then the players are going over there. They're just making some cash and leaving. Like
Well,
it's not about playing the game really. No one cares. No one watches. And it's like I feel like we're gonna have that same problem over here in the U.S. just because we don't have the history that Europe has, and we're not gonna have those same tournaments. And I think we're always gonna be at that disadvantage.
I mean, did you hear Ivan Tony is going over there to the Saudi league?
I heard that, and I
It's
was that
$40
was who I
million
was
move.
wanting. Yeah, that's who I was wanting Chelsea to grab personally.
Well, you grabbed them
Obviously
all
didn't
right.
happen. Well, apparently not well enough. He ran away.
He ran away to the money. To the money, 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 money,
Here come the money.
money. But that's
Yeah, the
okay.
only deadline deal that I know of that we made was the
Was the deadline
Jadon
today?
Sancho deal. Yeah, it was today.
Oh, okay.
It's
I assumed it was.
yeah, it's already passed. It
And you know
was
what the great thing about the transfer deadline is the fantastic opening title that I see here. Chelsea are the biggest losers of the transfer window.
probably
It's
because they
so funny.
they do this thing every year. Well, I
It's
say
just a
every year
picture of
since
João Felix with him just
yeah,
smiling as you guys are the biggest losers.
every
Tonight's
year since
biggest losers.
Bowley's been in charge, man. They've been in the transfer talks for every single person. But guess what? They don't grab anybody, and then they'll go and pay for someone like Sancho that the team didn't even need. No one really wanted. I don't know. It's strange, man.
Well, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did, make sure you hit that like button somewhere on the video. What was the other? I hit the little big. There's like a big subscribe button or something like that on the video too. I'm not really sure, nor do I care. But hope you hit that button, hit the other button, and the other button, and then if you want to listen to the podcast version, there's a couple more links that you can click on with the other button to listen to this and not watch it. I sure you probably want to watch it though because, uh, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and for the one time, Parker, give them a shout. All right, guys. I'll see y'all next week. What the fuck was that, man?
Was that not a good scream? That was
That
my
was
inside
amazing.
voice. Oh, it was amazing.
Baloney.
Baloney. Ow, I hit my hand.